So the one question a lot of fans obviously have is, why isn't WWE concerned about AEW? Or why don't they show that they're concerned about AEW? Well, it's real simple. Because to them and those that defend WWE, AEW, as I mentioned in one video, is just a live in the moment kind of promotion. That it's enjoying the spotlight that it has on it right now, it's enjoying the sun that's on it right now, it's enjoying, everything that's, pretty much in that same cliche wording, if you will, right now that's on them. But in their opinion, all that's going to happen in due time is that sun's going to come on down, the spotlight's going to burn out, and then AEW is just going to be left being another promotion that tried to tackle the big dog, the tribal chief of professional wrestling known as WWE, and they're just going to fade into obscurity. I mean, yes, WWE should be concerned. The momentum AEW has. The fact that they're more attractive and appealing to not just fans, but to men and women that wrestle in this business, they should be concerned. The fact that it's run by a billionaire, owner, just like WWE is, they should be concerned. But they're not. They're not concerned because they look at a lot of they look at all the positive numbers, as I mentioned in one video, that, is in their favor. They look at the overall attendance numbers for a month of events, whether it's Raw, SmackDown, pay-per-views, or live events. They look at that overall number, and that justifies them being at the top from their opinion. They look at the buy rates they get on pay-per-view, the viewership through Peacock on the WWE network, from that streaming standpoint, or even internationally, and they say that puts them at top. That keeps them at the top. That keeps them, the big dog, the tribal chief. Which is why they're not concerned about AEW. AEW can book places like Arthur Ashe Stadium. They can book places like, the Now Arena or United Center in Chicago. But to WWE, that's nothing. That is nothing. That is, mere appetizers. That is just mere, skinnies, if you will. And that's it. WWE doesn't care. Because to them, unless AEW, really starts to, sell out, places like, let's say, the United Center on a daily basis, not just weekly, but daily, then they're not going to be in the same league as WWE. And WWE is not going to be concerned about them. They're just going to look at them like those that defend WWE as a company that is just a live-in-the-moment promotion whose spotlight and sun is going to come down and burn out on them eventually, and the realization is going to hit everybody that was a fan, that supported that company, everybody that was appealed and attracted to be part of that company. The realization is going to hit them, then maybe it's not as big and as pompous and grand as they thought it was, and they're just going to run back to WWE or run to another promotion where they feel, hey, at least it's not a promotion that's just here to try to prove a point to the tribal chief, the big dog of wrestling, WWE, by saying, hey, look at us, see? We wrestlers with the AEW, they allowed us to be this and that, the fans going like, see what AEW does, WWE? They have the kind of stuff you should have, to them, that's what it's going to be. That's what it's going to be. To them, that's what the AEW is going to be. And that is why WWE is not concerned, and they should be. Again, they got all these names that you made a name for themselves in WWE, became legends, if you will, in a sense. From Danielson to Punk, to Big Show, to Sting, you name it. To potential guys they could have had, like Darby Allin, and Adam Page, and even Jungle Boy. And these guys are making names for themselves in AEW, and they could have done the same in WWE with the NXT brand, or even furthermore, if they've been treated right, or given more opportunity, or given the kind of contracted deal they wanted. But yet, even though I should say not WWE, but yet AEW may have them, but WWE looks at that like, yeah, that's fine, you can have them, that's great. Glad they're getting another chance or getting an opportunity, but that won't be for long, and they'll just be calling back. That's it. And that's how a lot of the defenders of WWE look at it as well, that they're just going to come crawling back because AEW is nothing more than a niche promotion. It's nothing more than a niche company. It's a live-in-the-moment promotion that, eventually, as I said, the sun will come down on and the spotlight will burn out on. But you know what? We now live in a time and era to where that could all change. To where the sun and the spotlight that goes down and burns out will be on WWE, and before they know it, before they realize it, and all that momentum and all those massive numbers that they have right now will go in favor of AEW. And that's why they should be concerned. They should be concerned. They shouldn't look past AEW and look at them as being in that niche, live in the moment company that sooner or later is going to burn out. Because that's going to be them if they're not careful, and they know, and they should, and they of all people should know it. But that's why, honestly, in short, why WWE is not concerned or does not take AEW seriously. That is why, in my opinion. It's because they take the numbers of attendance monthly in total, weekly and monthly in total. They look at the money they're getting, the financial stuff they get back, and merchandise sales and all that, and they just like that favors us. We have nothing to worry about. But they do, because sooner or later, like I said, those numbers are going to trickle down and go in the favor of AEW before they know it, and they could be the ones that have the sun go down on them and the spotlight burn out on them. But again, this is why they're not concerned about AEW, because of that. Because they look, just like the defenders of WWE, they look at it as a niche company, and a company that's living the moment, and a company that sooner or later the sun will go down and the spotlight will burn out on. But what do you guys think? What are your thoughts on WWE and the defenders of WWE feeling that way? Comment down below. Live chat during the premiere, like the video, check out my Teespring store. But what are your thoughts? What are your thoughts on that overall? That's just from my perspective. Again, I truly believe WWE needs to take AEW seriously, because if not, it's going to bite them in the you-know-what. But let me know what your thoughts are. And I will talk to y'all later. Peace.